I need everybody in here. If you're ready, I need you to drop 100 in the comments. If you're ready for a real message, I need you to drop 100 in the comments right now. What up, Rachel? What up, Christina? How you doing? What up, Dwayne? I need you to drop 100 in the comments. Also, what I need you to do, if you feel something, anything from this live, I want you to share it and tag me. Put it on your page and tag me so I can like it, so I can engage with it. Okay, but I want to spread this message. Okay, share this if you feel this. It'd be great if you can share this right now. Tell people to tune in. What up, Stephanie? What up, Heather? How you doing? Thanks for the stars. I appreciate it, Miss Scott. What up, Zach? Let's go. All right, if you're ready in the comments, I need you to drop 100 in the comments if you are ready. Today's gonna be one of these messages where we dive straight in. Anytime you feel it, anything in this message, like this post, share this post, write a comment, write a quote on your page, tag me, all the things, okay? But I want you guys to be really engaged with this. You guys can give me the energy that I need. I titled this, I hope this doesn't offend you, because it shouldn't offend you. But I know how people are. I know when I step on some toes, I know how it can get. But everything that I tell you today is coming from my heart. Everything I tell you today are things that I said to myself. Everything I tell you today are things that I know that might hurt a little bit, but it will heal. Sometimes you got to hear things that hurt your heart, but that will heal your soul. And today is one of them days. I want to tell you right now, you are responsible for your life, period. And I just want to start off by saying this. Number one, stop allowing disrespect in your life. This is the year, this is the season when you don't tolerate disrespect. And I'm not just talking about from your significant other. I'm not talking about from your boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm not just talking about from your friends. I'm talking about in general. Stop tolerating disrespect. Hell, stop tolerating disrespect from you. Sometimes every time you are choosing other people over yourself, you are disrespecting you. Every time you run from the things and the dreams that are meant for your life, you are disrespecting you. Every time you silence your greatness when God is giving you a gift, you are disrespecting you. Okay, every time you allow people to take advantage of you, you are disrespecting you. Some of you have been addicted to giving people chances. I understand forgiveness. Forgiveness is mandatory, but chances are optional. How many chances are you going to give people to disrespect you? How many chances are you going to give people to let you down? How many chances are you going to give people to keep breaking your heart over and over and over again? I'm talking about holistically. Maybe that job is disrespecting you and you keep giving them a chance to disrespect you. It's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to say no more. It's okay not to tolerate things you shouldn't tolerate. But it all starts with you. You set the tone for your life. You set the tone for your life. Some of us don't have an energy to go for the things and the dreams that are meant for our life because we allow so much disrespect in our life. We allow ourselves to be emotionally drained so much. We don't set boundaries on our energy. We don't set boundaries on our self-worth. We don't set boundaries on our values, and we let people take advantage of us over and over and over again. We let people talk to us any type of way over and over and over again. We let people place their perception on us over and over and over again, and we wonder why we don't have any energy. It starts by you putting a boundary on your life that is not a wall, but that's a bridge. That's a bridge to you becoming better. That's a bridge to your peace. That's a bridge to your greatness. That's a bridge to your sanity. That's a bridge to your value. That's a bridge to your self-worth. Boundaries are not a wall. There are bridges, but some of you have no boundaries. You have not set a boundary. You have not communicated a boundary, and you keep allowing people to do what they do. And I've said this a million times. Here is this quote. I want you all to write this in the chat right now. I want y'all to all write this on the chat right now. Share it on your page, tag me, but write this in the chat right now because I need to make sure that every single one of you hear me. If you're a person that's going to really do this and apply this, write this in the chat right now. Stop. The more chances you give, write this down. The more chances you give this world to disrespect you, the less respect this world will have for you. And you can fill in the blank. You can say the more chances you give that person, that job, that situation, that thing, the more chances you give this world to disrespect you, the less respect they will have for you. Why is that true? People don't respect things they can disrespect. People don't respect things they can run over. People don't respect things they can take advantage of. People might not like that you respect yourself. People might have a problem with you respecting yourself, but you know what? They respect you because they understand they can't take advantage of you. They understand they just can't use you. They understand they just can't misuse you. They understand those things. The more chances you give the world to disrespect you, right? I want this to be the quote that y'all share everywhere. Write this on your page right now. Write this in the chat. The more chances you give this world to disrespect you. I see you, Christina. I see you, Dawn. I see you, Rebecca. I need everybody. All thousands of you that's going to come on here, write this in the chat so I can understand this and you can get this. The more chances you give this world to disrespect you, the less respect they will have for you. You tell people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. You tell people how to treat you by how you allow them to treat you. And I know it's not easy to set boundaries. I know it's not easy to have hard conversations. I know it's not easy to stand up for yourself. But it's a lot harder to live a life where you're being ran over. It's a lot harder to live a life where you're constantly being disrespected. It's a lot harder to live a life when you're constantly allowing people to do what they feel to you when those things aren't right to you. It's a lot harder. And a lot of us don't have the energy for the things that matter, for the things, for our dreams, for our vision, for whatever, because we're allowing these things to make us feel like we're less. We're allowing these things to make us feel like we're less. You are not less, my friend. You're settling for less, but you're not less. You're accepting less, but you're not less. You're engaging with less, but you're not less. You are not less. But when you constantly accept less, when you constantly engage with less, when you constantly take less, you start to think that you're less. And you start to operate that. You start to ignore your standards and you disrespect your life. And you start to lower your standards to accept whatever. You weren't created to just accept whatever. And I'm going to just stand on that. I know the whole thing, oh, you should have grace with people and you should have grace with everybody because we all need grace. But grace with people doesn't mean you allow yourself to just get taken advantage of. Let me just say that because I know a lot of people who be doing people wrong want to throw that grace thing in and forgiveness. God forgives you. Yes, God does forgive. And so do I. I forgive too. But I don't put myself back in situations that I constantly give chances to that I know aren't right for my life. It's okay to say no more. Don't let people make you feel guilty for that. It's okay to say no more. Don't let manipulative people make you feel guilty for that and try to make you feel like there's something wrong with you when they're doing all the wrong to you. They try to make you feel like it's something wrong with you when they're doing all the wrong to you. They try to make you feel like there's something wrong with you when they're doing all the wrong to you. Don't sit here and accept that. Don't allow people to manipulate you to think that you setting a boundary is wrong. You saying no more is wrong. You say no longer is wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually power in that because most people don't do that. Most people allow their emotions to dictate and control their life. Go listen to today's episode. It ain't talking about this necessarily, but it's talking about dedication. You need to be dedicated to your standards. When you're dedicated, emotions might tell you, keep this in your life. Your dedication is telling you, nope. Your dedication is saying, nah, we ain't accepting that. Be dedicated to those standards. Be dedicated to your values. Be dedicated to your principles. Be dedicated to the boundaries that you set. Be dedicated to that. Be dedicated to your worth. Because when this world has its way with you, this world's going to make you think that you're less than what you truly are. When this world has its way with you, this world has programmed us to operate less. This world has programmed us to make us forget that we were created in greatness. This world tries to make you forget that you have a gift inside you to just accept the status quo. And a lot of us, we live like that. This world has put a poverty mindset on us. And I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about in life. As if this is what you deserve. You look in your life right now. Ask yourself, is this what you deserve? Be real with yourself. Be straight up with yourself. Let me know in the comments. Is this what you deserve? And these are conversations I have with myself, by the way. So I'm not just projecting this on you. Trust me, I'm talking to Trent Shelton too. But you got to ask yourself that question. Is this what you deserve? Look at your life and ask yourself that. And be real with yourself. And if your answer, no, this is not what I deserve, ask yourself, why are you settling for less? What has persuaded you to make you think that you have to settle for less? You don't have to do a damn thing. Like, you are a human being with free will. You don't have to do a damn thing. I know it's uncomfortable to get out of situations. I know it's uncomfortable to walk into the unknown, even if the unknown is better than what you know. I know it's uncomfortable to go seek peace that's unknown, and you would rather stay in a known pain that's comfortable because it's familiar with you. But you got to let go of what's been familiar with you if what's familiar with you isn't right for you. Y'all write that down. You got to let go. I want to like put it in the chat because I want to see this. Put it on your pages. Sometimes you have to let go of what's familiar with you if that isn't right for you. But only you know that answer. So when you look at your life right now, ask yourself, is this what I deserve? Holistically in life, not just with other people, but from yourself. Look at your health, ask yourself, is this what I deserve? Look at your business, ask yourself, is this what I deserve? Look at your relationship, ask yourself, is this what I deserve? Look at your friendships, ask yourself, is this what I deserve? And if you feel like you deserve it, and it's right for your life, great. But if you're a person that I know a lot of you on here are, because a lot of us are addicted to accepting less because it's comfortable, because it's familiar, because it's all that we know. Listen, if all that you know is pain, it's time for you to know something different. If all that you know is disrespect, it's time for you to know something different. Time for you to learn a different language. If all you know is setbacks, if all you know is limitations, if all you know is struggle, it's time for you to know something different. Don't use that word, this is all that I know, because you are stronger than that. That is a poverty mindset. That is a victim mindset. This is all that I know. I don't know how to do anything different. Pray to God, and I pray, if you have that mindset right now, because I've been there. You know when I pray to God, God, please renew my mind, because my mind is thinking this is all that I know, and I know for sure you didn't create me to just know this. You are too good of a God to keep me in these bad situations that I'm choosing to keep myself in. I'm not blaming you, God, because I'm choosing to keep myself in these things. I'm engaging in these things. I'm blaming you because you didn't tell me to go get that relationship. You didn't tell me to go do this. You didn't tell me to go do that. I put myself in that. You didn't tell me to go get that friendship. I put myself there, right? Some of you blame God for things that you put yourself in. I get it. I've been there in my life where, oh man, God, no. God, renew my mind, because I know that my mind is telling me I deserve this. Please renew my mind, because I know I don't deserve this. Please renew my subconscious mind. The autopilot computer that's in the back of my brain that's keeping me in the same pain. Please renew my mind, God, because please, renewal of my mind will change my life, because I know that I don't deserve this. And when he renews your mind and he opens your eyes up to a whole different world that you didn't know, you'll realize that you should have been knowing that. So please don't play that victim mindset. And I know this might offend you a little bit when you hear those words, but I had to tell myself too. Some of us, we're so programmed to be a victim. We're so programmed to be a victim. And all we do is talk to our girlfriends, our boyfriends, our friends, right? All we do is talk to our girls and our boys about, man, how this sucks. Man, how this person's treating me. Man, this ain't right. Man, this, but I don't know nothing different. That's why I'm here. That is the weakest excuse that you can have. I don't know nothing different. That's why I'm staying here. And I know it's deeper than that. I know it's not just a conversation that me and you are having, but I'm trying to ignite something in you that hopefully will take you on a journey of change, to wake you up to say, you know what? I need to change this situation in my life. If you're not happy with your life, you have to change your situation. If you're working a job that you hate, you have to change your situation if you want to live a life that you love. Right? Some of us have turned our back on our dreams. Let's take it here. We've disrespected our life by turning our back on our dreams that we know were meant for us. I talked about it in today's podcast. Dream killers. Your dream killers ain't your friends. Your dream killers ain't your parents. Your dream killers ain't society. Your dream killer is the things that you're not doing in your life. It's the things inside of you. It's how you're operating. But we are disrespecting our dreams so much. We're disrespecting our dreams so much. You know what people say? It's the same kind of thing. It's like, oh, well, this ain't for me. Every time you try something and it don't happen, oh, this ain't for me. Or somebody tells you, oh, that ain't for you because you failed. Oh, this ain't for me. And you've been saying this ain't for me that is for you for so long. When it's crazy is that you will say something is for you that ain't for you. Or this is all that I know. And you will stay in that, but you quick to be like, oh, this ain't for me, when something that's meant for you. I want to tell you this, and some of y'all might disagree with me on this. I understand it. And it's not for all of y'all, but for some of you, there's a dream that's been given to you that God has crafted for you, period, right? Sometimes our dreams are what we want to do, our selfish desires. I understand that. And desire is an emotion, right? I'm more concerned about your dedication. Anybody can have a desire. Sometimes our desires are wicked. Sometimes our desires lead us to destruction. So desire is overrated. Right? Desire is an emotion. Emotions are overrated, by the way. Facts over feelings, right? I care about your dedication. But some of you had something that was meant for you, right? That was crafted for you. But as soon as you hit a challenge or obstacle, as soon as you got in a situation where, you stop believing in yourself for whatever reason, could be people, could be personal reasons, and you gave up on it, the first thing that you went to and said, this isn't for me, when it was for you. You just gave up on it too quick. It was for you. You allowed somebody to convince you that it wasn't for you. Right? Maybe failure said no, but dedication said yes. Right? Maybe setback said no. This is not for you, but you know what? Your dedication in your heart said, man, it is. You know how many times in my journey that people, things, failure, all these things said this wasn't for me? But my mission, my dedication said it is. Even when there was no physical evidence in the world. Thank you, Marsha, for the stars. Even when there was no physical evidence in the world, I said, this is for me. Because I knew in my heart it was in sync with my soul. You hear me say that so much this year. It was in sync with my soul when it didn't make sense to my mind. When it didn't make sense to nobody else. It was in sync with my soul. It was so internally aligned that I couldn't fight it. I couldn't deny it. It was so internally aligned. Even when the world denied me, I couldn't deny that this was for me. Even when I believed I would be a world changer, but I wasn't changing anything in the world. At least I thought. I still kept changing the world. Let me just stop right there for a moment. Let me just pause. If you're a world changer, man, when I talk about a world changer, I'm not talking about celebrity. I'm not talking about blue checks. I'm not talking about reaching millions of people. I'm talking about a world changer. And the greatest world changer is your world, right? The world around you. Your world, right? I'm going to say this slowly because I want you to hear me. When I first believed I was a world changer, when I felt like God gave me the vision, because I told you I never wanted to do this. That's for one. I never wanted to do this. I didn't see myself being no speaker. Today, I'm still surprised that I'm able to download words and give it to y'all like this. But when I realized that this was for me, and I started doing the work, right? When I realized I was a world changer, I would do the work. But I didn't see any physical evidence that I was changing the world. But I still kept changing the world. I'm going to repeat that one more time, because if you truly get this, man, when I believed I was a world changer and I put in the work, I made the videos, I did my events where 5 people showed up. Nobody really supported me like that, right? There was no evidence that I was changing the world, right? People told me to give up. People told me to change who I was. People told me to dress different. People told me to talk different. If you want to speak to corporations, you can't dress like you dress, Trent. You got to change it up. When there was no evidence of me changing the world, I still kept changing the world. Because dedication said, Trent, forget your feelings and remember what's real. Forget your feelings and remember the mission. Forget your feelings and remember the vision. I don't care what people try to put on you. I don't care what limitation the world try to put on you. I don't care what failure showed you. I don't care what this world showed you. When God has already given something to you, you stick with it. So I kept on changing the world. I kept on making videos when none of y'all would show up. I kept on doing shows when nobody would show up. I kept on selling shirts when only a few people bought it. I kept on to a point now the world's calling me the biggest, one of the generation, voice of this generation. Whatever title they want to give me. I don't care about the title. Now I've reached millions of people across the world, right? But just imagine if I would have quit. Just imagine if I would have said like a lot of us say. Like a lot of us say, oh, this isn't for me. Because ain't nobody supporting me. This isn't for me. Y'all better share this one, man. Y'all better share this one. This is one of these ones. This is one of these ones. I need y'all to share this one. I know y'all just hearing me say it, but I need you to share it. Everybody in here right now, press share. I appreciate the stars, right? Give stars if you want. The most important thing that you can do for me right now is press share. Okay? Is to really take a quote, put it on your page. But I'm telling you, man, when the world said this wasn't for me, when support said this wasn't for me, the lack of support said this wasn't for me. Okay? When even some of my people turned their back on me, even when people that I put on and helped turned their back on me, I had every reason to say, oh, this isn't for me no more. Like a lot of us do. Oh, this isn't for me. Even when I was putting in all the work and the dedication and long hours. But it seemed like I wasn't getting the results. When the results said no, my dedication said yes. When the lack of progression, the lack of faith said no, my dedication said yes. I never went to this isn't for me like a lot of us do. And a lot of us, what we do is y'all like, I don't know, man. Maybe this is too real for y'all today. Let me know, because I don't know if y'all really feeling me. You know what I mean? I need to see it in the chat. Like, I don't know if y'all would drop 100 fire emojis or something. I need to see it light up, because maybe I'm just feeling myself right now. Maybe I'm just feeling this message for me. Maybe I need to hear this message. I don't know. But I just need to, if you feeling this, light up the chat. Like, I want to see it. But I never resorted to, this isn't for me, when I had every opportunity to. And a lot of people, this episode 165 called Dream Kills on a Straight Up Podcast, way more in depth, go listen to it. A lot of us, what we do, man, I never said this wasn't for me, even when I had every reason to. And a lot of us, what we have been doing for so long, and this has to be the year that it stops. This has to be the year for you. If you say you're serious about change, man, if you say you're sick and tired of being sick and tired for real, and that's the thing, man, I know you said, but are you really? Are you really sick and tired of being sick and tired? Because when you're sick and tired of eating the same food, you stop eating it, for the most part. When you're sick and tired of doing the same things, you probably stop doing it. But are you really sick and tired of whatever it is in your life, your situation? Are you really sick and tired of being sick and tired? Because what some of us have been doing for the last 5 years, 10 years, we're addicted to starting over. Right? It's always the next thing. And I'm not telling you that you can't try different things, but some of us, we're so addicted to trying all things that we never master one thing. And you're so addicted to starting over by saying, oh, this isn't for me. God doesn't have this for me. When God has something for you. But a lot of us, what we do is that we have no patience in the process. We have no patience towards the destination. Even if that destination changes, we have no patience in the process. And we always quick to say, oh, this wasn't for me. I started this today. Nobody cares about it. Nobody supports me. This wasn't for me. Just imagine if I said this wasn't for me. When I had every right to, just like you. When I had every right to, just like you. Just imagine if I said this wasn't for me. But instead of saying that, my dedication said, Trent, you better believe it, boy. This is for you. My heart said, Trent, you better believe it, boy. This is for you. Even when my mom was saying this isn't for you, my heart said this is for you. When I looked at the vision said this is for you. When I tapped into my soul, this is for you. Even though there's no physical evidence in the world, you don't need physical evidence, because right now there's a gardening process that's taking place in your life. Right now, you just fell in love with this. You just got impregnated with this gift. You just got impregnated with this dream. You just got impregnated with this vision. You just got impregnated with this mission. Why you expect to give it? What? Slow down, Trent. Slow down so they can hear you. Slow down so they can hear you. You just got impregnated. Right? Not like that. Maybe some of you have. Right? But when my mom was telling me this wasn't for me, my soul said, hey, you just got impregnated with this gift. You just got impregnated with this mission, with this vision. Why are you expecting to give birth to it in 9 days? Why are you expecting to give birth to it in 9 minutes? Why are you expecting to give birth to it in 3 months? Why are you expecting to give birth to it prematurely? There's a process that has to take place to prepare you for the position. Y'all write that down in the chat right now. Please write that on, man. Y'all gonna be quoting, people gonna love y'all's quotes, by the way. You ain't quote me and tag me, right? There's a process that has to take place to prepare you for the position. Please write that down in the chat. There's a process that has to take place to prepare you for the position. And sometimes that process is longer than 9 months. But when it's not ready for you, when you're not ready for it, it's not going to come. So have patience in the process. When you know you've been impregnated with the gift, with the vision, with the dream, have patience in it. And then on God's time, instead of waiting 9 minutes to give birth, maybe it's 9 months to give birth. Maybe sometimes it's 10 months, 11 months, 12 months to give birth. At the right time, you will give birth. You know, it took me 10 years to get to the year. I had a lot of progression along this journey in starting rehab time in 2009. A lot of growth. But 2019 was the year that really changed my life. Was the year that everything shifted for me. Was the year The Greatest You came out. Was the year that my name was known to people. But I don't really care about that because my name has been known to God before it was known to people. The world just caught up what God already knew. But it took me 10 years to get to the year. It took me 10 years to be able to master my craft as a speaker, as a content creator, the things that you guys love and see as a podcaster. It took me 10 years of trial and error. It took me 10 years of losses. It took me 10 years of financial losses. It took me 10 years of investing and losing. It took me 10 years of taking chances and taking risks, and there was no reward for that risk. It took me 10 years of hiring people, working with people, and then having them steal money. It took me 10 years of different things and went through the process, and the process is ugly. Progression is an ugly road that leads to a beautiful place. That's another one that I want y'all to write down right now. Progression is an ugly road that leads to a beautiful place. Man, I love when I'm in my heart. I love when I'm in my heart. This is one of these lives, man. I feel sorry for the people that's not on here. Hope they're watching on replay. Progression is an ugly road that leads to a beautiful place. Please understand that. So in your journey, when you hit those ugly roads, that ugly season that makes you question yourself, that season that makes you ask, why am I doing this? Just know. Just know. You're being prepared for the position that is meant for your life. So when you ask yourself, why are you doing this? Don't you ever follow that up with, this isn't meant for my life. Instead, you say, I'm doing this for a deeper reason that I can't even comprehend right now. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep moving forward. And I'm going to keep showing up. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult it may seem. My dedication doesn't persuade me to retreat. My dedication convinces me to lean in. Like I tell you at the end of every single video for the last 13 years, you know what time it is. It's rehab time. Share this if you feel this. Text me. I wrote it at the bottom somewhere. It disappeared. Text me. 817-242-2719. Follow me on all social medias. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. I'm putting a lot of content. Some of it is replays of this, but most of it isn't. Make sure you listen to the podcast. It's out. Right? So many things going on. In urgency. If you're watching me right now, you're saying, Trent, I want to learn how to impact. I have a dream. I have a vision. I just don't know how to get there. I need some guidance. I need some coaching. Make sure you get in my text community. Text IMP. Okay? IMP 817-242-2719. Sunday, we start my program, Impact Mastery. It does cost, but there is an option that's been sold out, but we're going to open up some more spots. That's a lower tier option, but it's available for everybody. Okay, it's already sold out, but I'm trying to open up more spots because I want to be able to give those that can't afford the interactive coaching at least something that you can use that's powerful. But if you're a person that says, man, I want to have a mindset that this is me, even when I feel like it isn't. I want to learn how to connect better. I want to learn how to impact lives as well as my own. That's what Impact Mastery is all about. Okay, you can go to www.rehabuniversity.com. Make sure www in front for some reason because our will be broken. www.rehabuniversity.com, or you can text 817-242-2719. I know a lot of people are already in here that's taking the program, but if I cannot create a dream inside you that doesn't exist, I'm not trying to make you be a speaker. I'm not trying to make you be a podcaster. And all. This isn't no social media class course. This isn't no trendy thing. A trendy thing. This is all. This is how I learn how to impact lives, right? How you actually impact, how you actually connect, not just communicate. If you feel like you've been connected with your heart and soul, just drop a fire emoji for me. Get off here, drop a fire emoji. If you feel like you, right here, if you feel like you've been connected, I connected with your heart today. Drop a fire emoji. Because I pride myself in not just being a communicator, but being a phenomenal connector. You know, that's what I call myself. I don't even like to call myself, it's still up? Okay, cool. I like to call myself, number at the bottom is pinned. I only like to call myself a speaker. I know I have to because that's what the titles are, but I'm a connector. On stage, I'm a connector. Lives, I'm a connector. In my books, I'm a connector. On video, I'm a connector. On my podcast, I'm a connector. That's all y'all said there. And there's a science behind it, right? It's not a trendy and weird thing that anybody can learn, but I can teach you how to get to your heart and out of your head. I can teach you how to be comfortable with your story, comfortable with who you are, so you can connect with people in a deep way. That's the only way to connect with people is to connect with yourself. That's the only way. Having so much confidence in you that you're not afraid to talk about the things that are real for you. So many great communicators across the world, they do exactly that. They communicate great, they don't connect with anybody because they don't give them permission to dive in deep themselves. They don't give them permission to talk about the real things going on in their life. They give themselves permission to people in a positive way. So to hope you've been offended in the most positive way. I hope it shook you up in the most positive way. I hope you're saying, damn, Trent, like, I hate you right now. Help me right now in the most positive way. I'm here to talk inspiration, to help create change. And that's what I want from you, for you, and from you. So thank you. I appreciate you. Listen to this podcast, episode 65. Make sure, because I'm on a little, who put an angry down there? Hey, you put that on accident. Address that, but I am. Make sure you text your quotes from here. Okay, your favorite fans. I don't even remember everything I said, but text it. Post it on your Facebook and tag me. I want to see it so I can like it. Hopefully I get everybody. Sometimes I don't get everybody's, but I will see y'all that actually do it. I'm just curious what you took away from today. I'm always curious, like, what was the takeaway today, so I can touch on it more. Maybe I can make a podcast about that more. But let me know what your biggest takeaway has been. Thank you all for giving me time during the middle of the day. I thank you for me. I thank you for allowing me to just keep it short.